In this video, I want to show you how people are actually making money online with AI in 2026. It's not TikTok, 14 different side hustles, or you're printing money with copy-paste prompts. I'm talking about a more repeatable system that a lot of big solo operators are running in the background right now. AI's made it insanely cheap to write, edit, design, and publish, and what that's really done is create an entirely new era of business. One person on camera, AI doing most of the back-end work, and a simple online group where people pay to learn, implement, and be closer to that person. You're going to see 100 different models and funnels on the surface if you haven't already, but under the hood, it's basically the same model over and over again. You got one person, one engine, and one community, and huge margins. Right now, you got a short window where most normal people can just jump into this before it's big brands and faceless teams all trying to copy the play. In this video, I want to walk you through what the model actually is, how AI fits into it, and what it would look like if you made this your one thing and went all in. Let's get into it. So the model in question is really something that would take you about anywhere from $9 to $100 to literally start right now. You don't need any funnels. You don't need a team. You have one window, and honestly, 18 months is a stretch. I think you can literally crush this within 90 days. I want to be honest, why nothing you've tried has worked, and that's because everyone watching is likely been sold the wrong thing at some point in time. I hear this term all the time about trust recession, and trust is at an all-time low. And that's really because people, and likely yourself watching this video, have bought something online. It was shit. And then you are more skeptical of buying something online. And you are literally not the only person with that experience. And for 10 years, the game was simple, right? Is you would sell information, you would charge somebody $2,000 to $10,000 for a course, and then you hope people don't refund because your thing sucked. Now everybody has AI and information is free, and the guys who are in the traditional AI or traditional information space are freaking out because, well, I can't just sell a course anymore, right? So these guys selling haven't figured out what's next, but you guys are about to. So the shift, plainly stated, is the old game from like 2016 to 2023 was a $2,000 to $10,000 course. People spending advertising money, which is super expensive now, by the way, on a VSL funnel where you see an ad, you maybe get on the call, and you have to be sold to if it's something that's higher ticket, and then paid ads are required. Information itself was the product, in which AI has totally changed the information game. One-time payments of huge chunks, and customers kind of gone after the purchase. The new game in 2024 and beyond is you build a room or a community and people stay forever. So somewhere like a $50 a month community, you run organic YouTube to start, so it's completely for free. No ads are necessary, so you're saving a shit ton of money there unless you want to ramp. By the way, I'm not talking crap on ads. I'm saying like a normal person can start this. You in the room are the product itself, and you have reoccurring revenue. Members stay 12 months plus if you solve the game. Really, if you keep somebody past 90 days, they're usually pretty big fans of you and they want to stick around, and these are buying customers in really close proximity to you. So what do you actually build? You're building a brand, which everyone is telling you to build anyway. So you have a face people trust, and in the trust recession, you being on camera and being a trustworthy source of good, high quality information, and actually being accountable to other people and teaching them, okay, guess what? Recession is now gone, okay? The one thing AI can't undercut, and the one thing that nobody else can copy. Your community itself is an asset because people are building the same thing alongside each other. You're helping other people win, and they stay because their friends are in there and they like you as a person. They're paying because they get real value, and more people can pay because nobody's charging like $6,000 for just a course now, okay? And the real transformation is not another course that they forget in 2 weeks, but a path that actually changes their life and the kind of result that they actually tell their friends about, and that they tell their friends about you because you actually did a good job. Okay, so the $9 move. $9 a month is really the platform that I've been talking about, or I've been hinting at, which is Skool. Okay, so hosting, payments, classroom, live calls, members and courses, you're going to literally get that all in one place. And the cost of a Spotify subscription, in which I think Spotify is literally more expensive than that. So let me show you. So this is an example of actually a really successful Skool community that I purchased a little while ago because I thought I wanted to do something a little bit different. But this is a guy who's working with his partner, and he is doing a go high level SaaS kind of play in which he's selling websites and all-in-one apps to more blue-collar home services businesses. It's called Stone Scaling. And in the community, you can see that, again, it has everything that you're looking for. So in the classroom, you have your start here, your introduction level course, things that are going to outline exactly what it is you're going to be looking to doing, how to run your basic 1, 2, 3, how to do X, Y, Z, a mindset little program, the good, bad, and ugly as to what to expect in this specific niche itself, instructions on websites, the little mini course builder, and also in the classroom program as well too, is like Skool is not just an end all be all in which, hey, somebody pays me 60, 90, whatever dollars a month and they get in, they pay for the program. It's like you can also have deeper levels of your own funnel live in the website, in the platform, and you can have higher level coursing or a funnel that leads to something that's more done for you or a little bit more high ticket. Because again, I know some people don't want to just be like, oh, I don't want to, like sell something for $50. Like you don't have to. That's the thing. Calendar as well, huge amount of calls set up. I actually haven't been in here in a little bit, but a ton of tech and Go High Level, which is a SaaS software, by the way, calls to help people in the program in which everybody jumps in as a group and can hash stuff out together. You get a list of the members themselves. By the way, 1,300, a little over 1,300 members in this program. This was a $700 program just to get in. And so you're also, this is kind of a plug and play model where you get in, you get the snapshot, which is Go High Level's plug and play system. And then you would run your own little mini business where you're cold calling these blue collar, more service-based businesses, and you're trying to sell them a website builder and an AI platform and all-in-one app so they can keep track of their appointments and stuff. So do the math there, 1,300 members at $700. And that is just the front door, by the way. The Go High Level backend is a continuity offer in which you sign up with his Go High Level subscription code in which he gets a cut of the pay. So he's doing really, really well for himself. Map, you can actually see where everybody's coming in from in this program. Ton of people, obviously, here in the West, in the US, but like all over the world, you have people coming in, has the ability to join, partake in your system, and learn from you, right? And leaderboards. So Skool is a big program where things are gamified a little bit. Like the more interaction, the more posts, wins, certain things like that dictate your rank, and you can have certain things unlock at certain levels, which kind of promotes or stimulates a little bit more of that interaction in the community. Because sometimes people will just join and not really say or do anything. This was more so just an idea from me. So I did pop in and I thought, well, maybe I want to try this, but I actually pivoted a little bit. And so you can see the about page as well too. Skool is really nice because you can actually just have your own VSL or video sales letter, 3, 5, 10 minutes, whatever it is, depending on the price, live on the about page. And this is going to be the lander that people see in the first place. So like if it's your talking head and you're talking about the program itself, is like, hey, here's my YouTube video. I click on the Skool link, and then I get to this lander where I then see the video where he's talking about the program or a little bit about where you're at, and if this is something that would be interesting to you. You could have screenshots of proof. Proof is always a big thing because social proof literally dictates how much people say yes to your offer and your thing, right? How many of us have bought something off Amazon just because a lot of people gave it 5 stars, right? And so Skool is that all-in-one platform for you where you're going to have a collection of a community who are all doing the same thing. You act as the person who is ahead of the group, who is able to tell them, instruct them, teach them, guide them, and provide accountability as they continue on their path towards the thing that you're able to provide value towards.
General discussions, again, people have questions, they introduce themselves, they have losses and funny stories. People win, fail, cry, and succeed all along each other. And that's really the strength of the group. And that's why I have this gripe a little bit with the trust recession is people have been bombarded with the same offers, the same shtick, have been burned over and over again. So yeah, they're going to be less trusting. And what's going to be the bridge to that is really your ability to bring people closer, provide them real value at a price that's not absolutely insane, and then they're going to be willing to buy more stuff from you if they want, and if you have more stuff to sell, because well, they like you. They like you and you provided them value at something that wasn't absurd, right? So there's Skool for you, and let's break down the math a little bit.
Okay, so the math plainly stated what 100 members actually looks like. So if you had a program or a community that was $50 a month and you actually had a small following on YouTube and they liked you and you got 100 members into that group, you have $5,000 extra dollars a month. Okay, you would likely just quit your job if you were making an extra $5,000 a month. And if you want to put it into annual terms, you're making an extra $60,000 a year. From one room of 100 people that you're serving, minus anywhere from 60 to 120 bucks in software. 100 members is not a milestone. It's literally a Tuesday. That's the bare bones of marketing, and you would absolutely crush this game as a normal human being. What this actually looks like at a little bit of scale. So let's say you're still running the same $50, and you have 350 members. 15% of those people convert on an annual plan. So let's say the annual is $397. So they're saving a little bit of extra money. And now you are making $230,000 a year with monthly subscriptions and annual lump sums. Okay, it's built by one person in one room. Quick mention, by the way, guys, so that's what this channel is and what I'm building in the background as well too. It's not even done. So honestly, I always am a big believer in honoring first movers and people who take trust in you early on. So it's totally for free. If you guys are seeing this video right now, jump in there. It's totally for free group calls, and we can build it together. Yeah. Chapter 3, the whole stack. What this actually looks like. What do you have to invest in, and like what skill set do you even need to actually crush it with this game? Skool is $9 a month. It's the platform that hosts your courses, payments, calls, and your members all in one place. That is literally less than $10. It has a little bit higher of a take fee when it comes to some of your payments, but in all honesty, for $9 a month, insane. ChatGPT, so this is your writer, your designer, and kind of a second brain if you're looking to organize your thoughts and actually put it into a program. Highly recommend. Also, the way that I use this in my flow, the image generation is super, super sharp. So if you're doing something like animate that image for B-roll for your YouTube, ChatGPT is super solid for that, and I highly recommend. Claude, I also use, so this is kind of a strategist, so things like scripts are kind of the deeper work if you really want to build things like the visual that you have on screen right now, super AI leveraged. You just plug in the ideas and the structure, and you actually just create a PowerPoint or an HTML, if you kind of know what that is. And you literally have the main bulk of your content for the video that you're shooting. Yeah. CapCut, which is your video editor. You don't even have to pay $10 for that. I pay $10 for CapCut Pro because it's a little bit simpler. But if you're somebody who's actually a little bit more techie, or you have a willingness to learn something like DaVinci, it's a little more technical, but like it's free. It's free and arguably better than CapCut. So that's interchangeable. And if you have a phone or a microphone, okay, I know literally 99% of the people watching this video are going to have a phone. You're looking at a total of about $64 a month. I use something else called Kling to kind of animate and do some motion graphic stuff, which is another $20 depending on how much you use it. Again, 60 to $100 a month, guys, and you are creating a business that's going to make 5, 10, 15,000 a month if you do it properly and stick with it for 90 days. $64 a month is the entire business. And so you also notice what isn't on the list. No ads. So you have YouTube organic bringing the people into your community free forever. It stays online. YouTube has a longer shelf life that you don't have to pay for. Little hint too is Organic lets you find out what works for paid. Meaning, if you were doing something like short form on Instagram or YouTube, sometimes you get a hit and you could just run paid traffic to that exact video. That did really well. You're also noticing that no website, because Skool is the page itself. You don't need a domain. You don't have to go buy a website. I did buy one, but I'd like to have the same title and brand across platforms. You don't have to build a super complex funnel, and no hosting bills, nothing crazy. Here's another tidbit, guys. This one's super huge. Funnels themselves live inside the community. So if you are somebody like, dude, I have to sell something for like $3,000 or $6,000, whatever it is, like you're stuck on that idea, you have buying customers that are very close in proximity to you, in which you could upsell them a closer done for you or done with you project if they really, really wanted something fast done for them, whatever it is. Like you can have the funnel live inside the Skool. No team. So honestly, I'm a one-man show, and sometimes I get my girlfriend to do some stuff for me too, but you can hire an editor later, 0 employees and 0 payroll. Okay, if you're just starting out, this is the easiest model you can run right now and absolutely crush it with. And no tech skill. Like if you can use Instagram, you can do this, okay? Chapter 4 is the one secret that a lot of marketers and big gurus never say out loud. I wonder why. So the real variable is tools are free, the stack is cheap, so why does almost nobody win? And there's one thing that's actually going to separate the people who make this work from like 90% of the people who quit it in month 3, and it's actually not what you think. Everyone wants new, and nobody knows how to make new, or almost nobody can make new. I want to let you know that new always beats better in a marketing perspective. And nothing in marketing is actually new. This is the biggest secret that nobody's going to tell you guys. I want to be very clear that every big idea, everything that we might think is like super new or this new angle, it's rewrapped. It's given a new face and a new voice, and you spritz a little cologne on it, and it's like, it's this new thing, guys, and we're creating hype around this new thing. But new always outperforms better. So if something is legitimately perceived as new, you have market position. So the people who win this game know how to do that on purpose. And the people who lose are still chasing whatever the loudest guru released that week is, okay? So just an example is you want to look at a timeline. And in the 60s and 70s, 80s, I guess as well too, you had these really big masters of the game, the old school artists of direct response copy, mass desire from Eugene Schwartz. So you had your angles on market sophistication, like how exposed are the group to the idea or the pitch. You have Gary Halpert, who was a master of direct response copy, and starving crowd. I'm sure some of you guys have heard that recently as well too. Robert Cialdini's 6 Principles of Influence. Like, how do you influence a group of people? What does that actually look like in marketing? It evolved into the 2000s and 2010s, where you had Jason Fladlien, who was really, like, shout outs, really, really strong marketer, and you could learn a lot from him. Is the architecture of offer. How do you pitch something to people? How do you sell to groups of people? You had Brunson as well in the 2010s, where you had value ladders. How do we keep stacking bonuses and more things? And how do you get somebody to believe that you are that one thing or one solution for them? And the biggest, literally, I suppose, physically, metaphorically as well too, was Hormozy in the 2020s, right? This guy took all of the information, all of the best principles, and he wrapped it into his own experience. And you had the $100 million book series, Grand Slam offers, $100 million acquisition systems and leads and money models. I guarantee if you read books from some of these greats and you went back into the lineage and timeline of some of the greatest marketers that have come before Hormozy, you're going to see the same DNA. You are going to be like, holy shit, that's literally what he's doing. That's what he said. Anyways, you now is going to be the synthesis. What can you make new? Because really, you don't have to make something totally new. It's like not even real in marketing, but you can draw from the greats who came before you and stand on the shoulders of giants who have paved the path and have suffered and spent millions of dollars for you to get here now. In fact, I really advocate that you do that. So, I mean, it's the new era, it's AI, and information's changing. So tactics are cheap, they expire, and brand compounds forever. So what's the angle? What are we doing here? Chapter 5 is 18 months, right? A window. So 18 months could be generous. AI moves pretty quickly, but right now we have a wide open lane for a lot of beginners. And most people who position correctly today will own the next 10 years of this niche. Because if you can become this solo or small team branded individual and you hit the market fast, I'm going to be honest, like fast, easy, and real money, once that's discovered, people start flooding in there like freaking piranhas or something. When that happens, next, the floods show up, the copycats show up, and then you have the lane beginning to fill up. So you want to get your foot in the door. And so if you're able to create a repeatable system, a AI leveraged coaching system where people can actually come in for fairly cheap, be close to you, have that sense of accountability, and you have a tried and true built program for them, and you put it in front of people and they know that you exist. Huge angle, guys. This is the window and closes whether you act on it or not. Okay. So who actually wins this lane that's upcoming and open right now? Honestly, it's the people who feel behind. So if you're smart and you know that you're capable of a lot more, okay, hey, right here, yeah, I knew that I had a lot of potential and it hurt me a lot when I wasn't taking action on what I thought I should be doing. Also, if you're somebody who's tired of being on the treadmill, like you've tried a bunch of different angles, you're sick of the side hustles, you're done with the latest tactic, and you want one real thing to actually go all in on instead of like 5 things that I'm like bleeding money on and like half in, like you want a legitimate boat to set sail and crush the game with, this is your opportunity. Okay. And then so people who have the ability and like dedication to commit for like 90 days, right? One path, you stop checking out what the next guru released, you stop watching and you start building this thing. Yeah. The truth of the matter is that most people watching this will not act. Okay, I've also been guilty of that. I'm also not shit talking people who are watching this video. I've been the exact person who has missed many ships because I was like, I'm not sure if that's the correct opportunity. I'm not sure if it's for me. And if you're a little bit woo-woo, you can be like, yeah, maybe it actually wasn't for you. I would highly advocate doing things that you're good at and building on your strengths, because play to your edge in business. Business is the most competitive game of all time. Play to your edge, do what you're good at. And honestly, this model is super flexible. You can do a lot of what you're good at here, and you'll have people who want to learn from you. And so people who look back at this, they're going to look at not just this video, but this era, mid 2026, as the moment this kind of started, and kind of wish that they was like, I should have just done that. Right? I should have just went all in. So it's your move, right? Stop watching the video, get into the room. It's totally for free right now. It's bare bones. Like the program's not even done. But I do run group calls every single week if you want to actually get in, chat, hash it out. And what can you do to get started right now? I'm a big advocate of rewarding people who want to jump in early. So you're early and it's free. And I will charge for it later. But right now, I want to build the room, get some feedback, and build this thing together alongside people who are looking to crush the game. Okay, first real video. I'll see you in there. Subscribe if you want to hear more about marketing, how to crush this YouTube to school game, because I'm all in. Let's run this thing. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.